Huh? I was hoping doing that tire rotation for her would motivate me to go work on that truck, but I don't know what the fuck it is, but like late Saturday, because I think I was here on Friday when I pulled the tank out, or Saturday. It was Friday when I pulled the tank out, so it was late Friday, Saturday morning. I just started feeling like shit, and I've been kind of sitting around the house all weekend, and I needed to get out and do something. She's been asking me to rotate these tires for a while. I mean, I am on like a time frame with this truck, but she just gave me some more time. I feel horrible that it's not done yet, but I keep getting these spells where I feel like shit. I don't know what the fuck it is. My old man and my aunt keep telling me to get my gallbladder checked because it runs in the family. Gallbladder issues. I don't know. Thinking about clearing this thing out and starting to pull up those floor pans, those pieces of metal that they fucking screwed to the floor, and it's a fucking mess. Got some free scrap sitting here. Nobody's taking it yet. Couple of ACs back there that work too. I just posted them on Facebook. I might hold on to one of those ACs though. Yeah, so I had to end the stream abruptly earlier because, I don't know, people don't like to be on camera. I'm sure she would have been fine with it if I kept it going, but out of respect, I shut it down. Can't wait until this thing's done. I want to drive it. I was hoping by next summer I'd be able to drive it, but it's starting to not look that way. I should also get a few more pieces too before I find out I need them when the car's all cut up. Alright, well, I just figured I'd roll this one and see if anyone from the earlier chat was back. Kind of feel bad I had to end it quickly, but I got 9 people in there. Anybody who want to say nothing? Yeah. Oh, doesn't it? I love sitting here and looking at it. Can't wait to drive the fucking thing. My original goal was to be able to drive it by next summer, but doesn't look like that's gonna happen. I pulled the tank out of it on Friday. I was actually shocked because, I'll show you. Fucking, you'd think by the judging from the top of that tank that trunk floor would look like shit, huh? It's actually not too bad. You can even see the red oxide primer on it. It's only fucked up in certain spots. Yeah, she's all crusted up. But yeah, I was expecting to see like, because these right here are the tank straddles right here that welt to the floor. I was almost positive I was gonna have to order those, and if I was gonna have to order those, I was gonna end up getting a whole new fucking floor pan. But looks like I'll be able to use the trunk floor pan. I'll have to fix a couple areas. You have to get that piece there that I looked up. And I was looking at it in the other video that I made, a live stream. That hole right there, my floor pan isn't gonna come up to that. See that seam right there? Right here, this black seam right here. That's where my new floor pan is gonna go to. So I'm gonna have to, I mean, the rivet up there looks good and it's pretty matte underneath all that shit over there. I'm probably gonna have to get an inner rocker over here, or make something, because this is part of the quarter. But I thought the quarters came all the way down, and I thought the rockers were in better shape. So once I start cutting the car apart, I'm gonna have to, who am I kidding? I'm probably just gonna end up ordering fucking rockers for the thing. It'd be nice if they sold just the rear section of the rockers, because I mean, they look fucking mint for the most part, you know. And then the other thing that worries me is that if that rock is so torn up, when I go to cut this floor out, you know what's gonna happen. It seems pretty stiff still. So I think what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna end up welding a bar across, and maybe once the dash is out, maybe going front to back. But I can already see how I'm gonna do the quarters. It's just layers. Just drill out all these spot welds. I'll have to take all this fucking rubber shit out and the trim. But it's got subframe connectors in it, actually. It's probably what's holding it together. See right there? They're kind of jalopy subframe connectors, but they actually, I don't know if somebody made that or what, but they actually bolt into where the leaf springs go. Not sure if I'll, it depends. I probably won't reuse them because at that point it's like I've already done. But then it's gonna be longer and longer and longer, and I'm Mr. Impatient, you know. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm surprised that that it wasn't worse, because the front clip, it didn't take anything. It was all in that nose, that fender, and the subframe behind that nose is all trashed. But I got the new core support coming, and then the nose doesn't bolt up right. I think the bracket on that side might have taken a little bit of a hit, so that's why that doesn't like bolt up in place the way it should. But I'm gonna be taking the nose apart anyways when I strip this thing down, so I'll have to make the determination if I can straighten out that bracket or if I get a new one. But I'm hearing that these brackets are hard to come by. I mean, that's the bracket right there I'm talking about. And that's a sturdy fucking bracket, you know. Old Pontiac 350. But yeah, this core support's fucking trashed. Like, none of this lines up right. I think this fender might need some work too. This is the fender I got off of Mark, but I'd rather have this and do some work to it than get some China stamped fender that will dent if you lean on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know if I can get a shot of it, but this fucking and then I got the battery tray. It goes in here too. Fucking half of that battery tray is wood. She started life as Quasar Gold. There's actually some spots on the car where you can still see it. Got my universal key. You can see that right there. It's like a mustard gold. I mean, if this car was worth something all original, you know, I would keep I'd keep the spoiler off it, and I'd put a vinyl top back on it, and I'd paint it its original color. But since it's a base model car that doesn't really, I mean, it'll be worth something, but it's not like it's a fucking Ram Air Trans Am, you know. So I've already started customizations by that gauge cluster. It's another thing. I gotta look at this. It's another thing. It's kind of good that I'm doing this because it reminded me to look at this. I've been wanting to, saying I need to look at this, and I never look at it. Yeah. So I already know what wires I need to move to make the cluster work, because I'm like, so this is the 12 pin, the dreaded 12 pin plug that I couldn't get a cluster for, and I had that custom cluster made. So in the back of the cluster, these two pins, either these two or these two, whichever way it actually plugs in, are missing on the cluster. If I'm not mistaken, one of them should be gray, which it is. Number 9. Gray, right? Looks like it's gray. Tan. It's over here. Yeah, right here. Same color. That's for the fuel. That's for the fuel sender. Yeah, this is my favorite generation of it too. I like all the second gens, but the earlier ones are the ones that I really like. Now that I'm looking, so there's a seam right there for this floor pan. I'm really hoping my floor pan goes up a little further than that. I think it does. That's another thing I gotta look at real quick while I'm here. But it's looking like number 9 and 10. 10 is 2 wires. I wonder what 10 does. Those are supposed to be for the fuel gauge that's on that pod. And then the volts gauge, I think, is on that pod. I don't remember. I don't know why it would be 2 wires though. I still need to get a shop manual and make sure. That's kind of worrying me a little bit too, where that seam is, because like all this bullshit that they put in here, like why the fuck would you do this? Like there's all kinds of fucking, like look at all that fuckery. You have to fix all of that. Oh, they fucking tried riveting them in too. Holy shit. I didn't even notice that. That's fucking stupid. Look at this floor pan real quick. Yeah, it does go. I can already see it. My father and these fucking leaf bags, man. I gotta finish that lady's truck so I can use it to fucking get rid of these fucking things. I don't know why he feels the need to fucking store leaves. So that is that seam that I'm seeing in the car. Okay. Okay. So that goes all the way up. So that's good. Yeah, I know he did it. He did it 1 year, like fucking like 3 years ago. And we just got rid of leaves that was sitting in there, right? Bags up a bunch of leaves 3 years ago. And they sat in there for fucking 3 years. And in the meantime, what happened to the fucking leaves that fell in the 3 years that those were sitting in there, right? So we finally get the fucking bags out of there because we rented a dumpster. We got rid of a bunch of other shit. And the fucking this spring, he loads up those weren't in there in the spring. He loads up a bunch of fucking leaves into bags and puts them back in the fucking garage. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And now, right, when you put them in the bag, they must have been moist. All the bottoms of the bags are all blowing out. Look at this. I'll show you guys. Look at that. Blown right the fuck out. So, it's my old man. I love him, but it's like, why? Like, seriously, why? There's a big fucking pile out in the corner that we used to fucking dump all the leaves in, and they just fucking decompose after a while. They do that. So that comes up high enough that it looks like I'm gonna have to pull the heater box out. I'll pull that out anyways. Column's gonna have to come out. I don't think it goes as high as the column though, because it isn't cut out for that column bracket down there. They just fucking foamed right over the fucking e-brake cable and everything. They did not give a fuck. And then this little mini tack was in here. And then there's this wire right here that I got. Which one is it? It's one of these fucking wires. Used to be hooked up to it. And started it up one day and it fucking arcing off of everything. Actually, I would like to fucking try and fire this thing up. If there's any gas left in that can. It's yeah, it was in here when I got it. I won't be needing it anymore though. It'll be coming out. Just want to make sure that... Alright, I think this was the wire that was fucking... Yeah, that's the wire that was arcing off of everything. I don't know, what do you guys think? You want to see me fire this bitch up? See if she'll go? I don't know how much gas I got in the can. There's a little bit in there. Alright, let me set you up. Trust me, I wanted to. The brakes are fucking horrible though. The rotor on this side is all shattered. You can't really see it through the... Oh, actually you kinda can. See how there's like a rotor right there? Hold on. Come on. I can't turn my fucking light on. But anyways, down here, can't see it without the wheel off, but the bottom and the whole back side of that rotor is non-existent. Yeah. So the rotors are all falling apart and shit. So I need to get brakes. I moved it. The only way I was able to really move it over here was I kept putting it in neutral. And I also had that fender that was all banged up over here, so I just kept turning the tire into the bent up fender. Yeah. Set you guys up. Get somewhere for you guys to hang out. Alright, first let's see if the battery's got some juice, because it's been a while. Reliable. Can't kill a Pontiac. Yes, I already have the fuel line ran up forward, so I can run it off a gas can. got some fuel in the line. The noise is the fan hitting the fucking shroud, because like I said, the course bullet's destroyed. So it's making the fan hit the fucking shroud. I was gonna try to do something about that, but I'm gonna try to get this thing to idle. Usually what I gotta do is I gotta stick a penny in it. Look at that. You can't always get what you want. Alright, penny right in the... Alrighty. I think that's enough. So I don't want the fucking fan to destroy the rest of that thing. Yeah, it's got spark. It just wasn't. It's just the fuel ran out of the hose. So many keys for this thing. I probably pulled up what was left in the gas can, to be honest. Guys, I just had it running. It's just I'm running off this gas can, and give me a second. I'll get it. Hitting the corner of the tank. I had a boat tank for it. I was gonna put a boat tank in it, but decided against it. Let me guess, Mr. Penny got stuck in the fucking throttle. Yep. all the knocking noise isn't from me revving it to the moon. It's hitting the. It's hooked up to the fuel pump. It's not a piston slapping either. That's the fan hitting the. Yeah, the suction line from the pump's going to the jerry can. And the noise that you're hearing is this fan right there. Hear that? Hear it? My hand's hitting it. Yeah, that's the fan hitting that because my core support's all bent to shit. So I got a new core support coming. The other reason I got it, one, because it's all fucking rotted out at the bottom, and two, it's all warped here from someone breaking into the hood. You got the fuel line running to the jerry can because, well, this is what I got for a fuel tank. I dropped that down to see what the bottom of the trunk floor looked like because I just bought a bunch of parts for this thing, including that floor pan right there, that full floor pan. So luckily I'm able to save some money by not having to get a trunk floor pan. And then I dropped the tank and confirmed it's in good shape. I'm gonna have to fix it in some areas, like around there, kind of fucked. But I got this whole back panel, and then I got another panel that I gotta get for it. Inside that box is the pillar repair kit that will fix this issue here. Hey Busted, how you doing? You just missed it, I just had it running. Fuck, that makes me almost want to fucking try to fire it off again for you. We're gonna fire it off again just for Busted. Alright, I'm gonna set you back up in the apparatus. We're gonna fire it up just for Busted. Every time I do this. When it warms up, it'll idle on its own. But until it warms up, I have to sit in there and fucking keep hitting the throttle. That's why I stick a penny in there sometimes, because sometimes I can stick a penny in there and it'll spritz. Alrighty. Yeah, it has oil, everybody. It's the fan hitting the shroud. How many times do I have to explain that? Hear this? Hear that? Listen close. Not trying to be a smart ass. So, because my core support is all trashed, what happened was this thing was hit in the front, and I bent the core support back into shape, and when I did, it, you can see the shroud's all busted up and shit. I should just take the shroud right off of it, but I'm going to be disassembling the whole car soon. Well, I am going to fix it, but first I'm going to disassemble the car because I have some parts I have to install. One of them being, this here, 4-pan. I had some other stuff. I got 2 full quarters, rear tail pan, a new core support that's coming. That'll fix that problem. I'll have to buy a shroud, obviously. I think I'm gonna run the 350 like after I'm done with the body work, because the 400 is back here. I don't know, I can't wait. I'm like really, what's the word I'm looking for, impatient. But that's the 400 right there, 30 over. It's a Edelbrock Performer intake. And then on the floor are some 6X heads, but they're the number 8s. So they got like 100 or 110 cc's. And I'm trying to bump the compression ratio up. So I'm looking at something with like 76 cc or something like that. Yeah, I got it all wrapped up. Some people were telling me that these aren't the best pistons. The whole lower end of this engine is brand new. Somebody rebuilt it and then ran it for a little while, and then the guy I bought this car ended up with it. The numbers come back to one of those colonnade body Le Mans or Grand Am. But the whole lower end's brand new. It's a 2-bolt main, but Pontiacs, it really doesn't matter if it's a 2 or a 4-bolt. The heads are like all redone, new valves, seats, seals, all that. I should just bolt them on the engine and run the engine, but that 350 runs so good that my plan for disassembly is, if you guys want to hear it, is I'm gonna disassemble the nose into pieces, because I got new inner wheel houses too. So I'm gonna disassemble the nose into pieces, and then I'm gonna unbolt the front clip from the body, and I'm gonna leave the engine and transmission in it. And then I'm gonna roll the whole front suspension, engine and tranny out from under it, put it in the garage, and then yeah, I'm hoping before winter I'll have all this cleared out, because what I want to do is, like I said, I want to disassemble the nose into pieces, and I'll stack the parts back here somewhere, and then all the shit will be gone. The engine will still be here. The welder will probably be on the other side. But I'll either, there's another section out back there. I'll either stack the nose pieces out back there to make room, or I'll figure something out, right? So that way I can roll the whole subframe, engine and tranny, all the way towards the wall, right? And then I want to build some stands, because the way the subframe bolts up, it has a set of bushings in the floor, And then there's another mount. It's like right underneath the master cylinder. And I wanna build a set of stands that I can just bolt onto those mounts that have wheels on them, right? And then I'll leave the rear end in it at first, so that way I can start cutting up what I need to cut up in the floor, and then I'll have to make some kind of stands for the back, or get a piece of wood to go across and move it with jacks. But basically what I'm trying to do is I want to be able to move the body in and out, because there's not really a lot of room to walk around once the car's in here to do body work, especially with the big sections that I'm going to be working with. So what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to roll the body out here and work on it, and then when I'm done for the day, be able to just roll it back in here. And yeah, more leaves, dude. I was talking to Frank about the leaves earlier. My old man and leaves, man, I don't get it. We just got rid of leaves. And tomorrow I'm going to get a shielding gas tank for that thing. So that'll be up and running. I got some exhaust jobs already set up for that. Make some money to get some more parts. Dizzy's supposed to have some tools for me. And then whatever he doesn't have, I'll have to make a list and get the rest. Yeah, right. Leave it to Decker. He will get them taken care of. My old man's gonna be pissed. I used his lawnmower gas. Sorry. I wanted to run my shit box for a little bit. Don't take what I said the wrong way, my friend. Yeah, no. Whenever the car's done, if I might leave it in here. I don't know, because my old man's getting old too. He should probably get the garage, because we get snow here in the winter. But worst case scenario, what I used to do with my cars, because I used to have an '89 Formula that I wouldn't drive in the winter. Oh look, bunny! You guys see that? That's my buddy. There's also a groundhog around here that is my buddy. He likes to live underneath that thing. But yeah, I usually park my cars on that thing with a cover on it. And worst case scenario, that's what'll end up happening with this. It'll get a cover on it, and it'll get parked up there. My parts from MPD in Ocala. Hi, Deborah. I got all my parts from a place called Ames Performance Engineering in New Hampshire. They do nothing but Pontiacs, and they go around and find the best quality for the best price parts, and sell them in their catalogs. The 2 full quarters that I got for this from Goodmark. Is this thing still zoomed in? I don't know. The rear tail section I got, I believe, is Goodmark. The 2 frame rails for the back I got were from Dynacorn. There were a couple cheesy Chinese panels, but those were only the trunk drops. These things right here. So I got the trunk drops, I got the rear quarters, I got the tail panel. There's a bracket I need to go that goes behind that tail panel. I'm probably gonna have to get a bumper, because that thing ain't gonna fucking straighten out worth a shit. I've made up my mind. I'm gonna go up to here, so I'm gonna pop the window out, which sucks because these window channels are in really nice shape. I'm either gonna pop the window out, or I'm gonna cut it right up to here. But likely what's gonna happen is I'm gonna take the window out. I'm gonna go right up to here, because trying to get this body worked out isn't gonna happen. So originally I wanted to cut it right here and then install it that way, but you weld it on, it's gonna be all wavy, all kinds of filler. I'm never gonna like it. So yeah, we're gonna go right to the lead seam, or right below it. I just hope I don't break the window getting it out. It looks like it's only held in there by butyl tape, so that'll be good to get it out. Window to the walls, to the sweat drop of Barry's balls. All the riches crawl. Rich 220 motherfucker. Any of you new guys, if you've ever heard of a fat fuck named Rich 220, go give him a hello. Tell him to kiss your ass and lick it clean while you're down there. Skeet skeet motherfucker. Got my trunk key. Alright, I'm smelling people fucking barbecuing and it's making me hungry. I think I gotta go find something to eat. Well, I'll have one more smoke with you guys and then I'll clean this place up and head out. Yeah. Man, you pick junkyards. There used to be one relatively close to me, but they closed down. Pick and pull. They used to have stuff like that, but they closed. So check this out, guys. I made a short video on this. So you see that MSD box right there? And then you got the Ford style coil that's up there. I wouldn't say Ford style because this thing probably would have had that kind of coil in it from the factory, right? Now look at my distributor. Someone would say that's an HEI distributor, right? Look at where the fucking coil wire goes into. That's crazy, huh? I haven't seen one of these set up since I was fucking wet behind the ears. This was a whole setup that you got from MSD. Oh shit, I'm 5%. I'm about to die. So this was a whole setup you got from MSD. It was the ignition box, the coil, and then the distributor. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna end up just putting a regular HEI distributor in it. Alright guys, my phone's dying. I didn't know it was that low. But I'm thankful for everybody that stopped by and had a kind word to say. I appreciate it, Eno Perez. I'm gonna try to make it so that I can see the comments afterwards. Because I miss so many comments when you guys are in the apparatus there. But I appreciate all of your comments. I'm looking at them now. Yeah, you guys knew what was going on. The fan was hitting the shroud the whole time. But yeah, I appreciate every one of my subscribers, everyone that subscribes and watches these videos. You know, it's only been, I got the car in December, and I had like no subscribers at that point. And since December, last I looked, I had 167. So with Mr. Perez here, I must be at 168. So like I said, I appreciate every single one of you, and till the next one.